Hello there, it is Chess Tech. So, today I've got something a bit different for you. Just turn the light on. Not on the exercise bike. Um, what I wanted to do was talk to you about how, well, about your chess opening choice and how it can make or break your chess career if you've got a chess career. Or, if you're a club player, how it can. I've known people that, and I've been like this myself, who literally Um, their lives have been have literally got mental because they can't decide on an opening. They invest all this time and they can never get anywhere. And also, I want to talk about how chess companies make money and how they prey on us as average mere mortals in the eternal search for the holy grail opening that's going to make us a better player. And some of the things I've learned along the line. I started playing chess when I was about. My dad taught me when I was about 7, or a bit older, maybe 9, and I was actually quite good. I picked it up quite well. I could play adults, and I probably played it for 3 or 4 years, and I used to play it at school, and then I just totally binned it and took it up, got into it again at university at about 21, and I was really addicted to 1 minute chess. And basically, I was so addicted to 1 minute chess, I nearly failed my whole degree. This is back in like 2000, and I just would live and breathe 1 minute chess. And we'll come back to that anyway. And I looked at every opening under the sun, probably ruined my chess. I played. Long story short, I just asked somebody, online one day in a chat. I said, "What would you recommend as an opening?" And this guy who was a good player just came back and said, "Oh, the Caracal." This was a response to E4 of black. So I just ended up playing the Caracal and learning it. If he'd said the Sicilian Sveshnikov, if he'd said, um, the Dragon, if he'd said the French, I would have just played that. And that is, I want you to bear that in mind, that the people you hang around with in your chess life, in the clubs that you're in, and influential players do have a profound effect, especially if you're a youngster or you're getting back into it or new. And I always bang on about this. People look for the holy grail chess opening that's going to make them a better player, but the reality is that a better player than you is going to beat you whatever you use, and that's the reality of it, pretty much. The reason we want to be obsessed with our opening is so we can, get a decent position and not get slaughtered on move two. There's nothing worse than starting a chess game, especially a long over the board game, where you end up at the bad position and by about 3 or 4 moves in, it's over. This is just some 1946 chess magazines I bought ages ago. I've got about 500 of these things knocking around. This isn't my whole chess book and video collection. I've just got some out. I just want to show you how I ended up. I haven't got anywhere really in chess. I would say I did start playing chess at a young age, and I probably was quite a good player, a reasonable natural aptitude. And I when I first started playing in England where I live, there's a neat thing called the ECF rating, and I ended up with like an ECF rating of like 96, which is like, not great really. Very pretty bad. That's probably about like 1300 or something like that, 1400, maybe less than that even in ELO terms. Anyway, I ended up getting it up to about I don't know, 180 or something like that, and or 170, I think. I haven't played an over the board game for about 3 years, and in order to do that, I sort of went through this journey of getting massacred and making mistakes. And the last thing I thought, if I get to this, I think I said 170 for some reason, because when you convert that, it's about 2000 ELO, and I had in my head that would be a good target. I would just bin it, and our chess club was collapsing anyway, and I did it. And I played in a season, in 2 seasons, I played 22 games in our league. I think I only lost 1 game. I had to do this incredible run to recover my rating back, and I spent a lot of time studying openings and repertoires and other players and the other clubs and the leagues and seeing what they were playing. Came up with this like system based on the time I had available, because you've only got so much willpower, focus, time and energy in life. That's one thing you've got to remember. And so let's talk about how I worked it all out. So what I've got here, as you can see, I've got a 1d4, all the videos I've bought. I didn't buy these all at once, also I picked them up over time. I want to talk about the mindset, how you get dragged in to how they make money out of chess players, like ChessSpace and chess.co.uk shops. Nothing wrong with that. They're businesses, they've got to employ people, pay mortgage. I'm not having a go at them. They're just like any other business providing a service. They've got to make money to exist at the end of the day. And how things have changed now, because now everything's online. And I was in a crossover, so things were online, but you're still buying DVDs and things. Okay, all these DVDs, which cost a fortune, like £30-40 a hit at the time, you know. So I ended up, you might have noticed in my online chess, I am actually at heart a hardcore E4 player. That's what I want to play. I'm a very aggressive attacking E4 player, but it just doesn't come off against positional players who know what they're doing. And another long story short, a guy in our joined our chess club actually, who was who happened to move down, who was actually a multi-millionaire, and he moved from London down, and he was an exceptionally strong player, very beat grandmasters when he was younger. I mean, he's an older guy now, he's like 79 now or something. A very exceptional positional player. And I knew nothing about positional chess, really. I thought I understood chess. I've always been quite good tactically. And he just tore me to pieces with my opening repertoire and my games of chess, and changed everything about the way I would think about chess. So if you can find somebody like that who's a positional player, it's worth a lot, because position always wins over tactics in the end. Although you need to be able to execute a bit of the tactics at some point to finish somebody off. But and yet, so I ended up going away from these attacking, aggressive, confrontational, highly tactical openings to more reserved, closed positions, where it doesn't really matter what my opponent's doing, because I don't care. I just want an equal position, and I'll outplay you. That's the way I use my mentality. If I can't outplay you, then well, then at least I'm not worse, and I haven't got to worry about memorising horrifically complicated lines, you know. And you know, you can't guarantee what somebody's going to play. You can only play your opening move and hope that they'll follow a line and you understand where you are. So the way it will work is, so sadly I avoided 1d4 2c4 in response, because I just thought it was too deep. I didn't want to learn all the responses, and that's a terrible cliche. I mean, if you're young and you've got a lot of energy and time, and it's all about what you want to get out of it. I think it's worth learning it anyway. Learning these, you should just play the pure 1d4, you know, 1d5, and then 2c4, 2 whatever it's going to be, c6 or e6, and if you can face it, you'll be a better player in the end if you do stick with the main lines, 1d4, 2c4, you know. There's a reason they're the main lines. They're just the best proven openings over time. That doesn't mean that anything else is not any good. Within reason, as I've banged on in my videos, anything is playable over the board in a game of chess one-on-one with somebody, within reason. Don't get obsessed with what you see on ChessSpace, okay, and all the latest opening trends, because that's where the money is. They want us to go into new openings and try new things, and there's nothing wrong with that. You should learn every opening, or should know a bit of the plan of every opening. So I started off with d4 and then ended up in the London system, and then I found I lost a couple of shocking games where I had a good position over the broad tournaments, and I look back, it's got nothing to do with the opening, it's to do with my crap chess in the middle and endgame. It wouldn't matter what I played. So I thought, well, you know, let's change it a bit and learn the Col, the system, you know, which is a sort of variation of a 1d4, nice and safe sort of granddad's opening, you know, reversed semi-Slav with a bishop outside the pawn chain, I guess, essentially. And then I thought, well, that's a bit boring. I need something again. Well, it doesn't quite work. It does work, but it's not ideal.